Hey guys, John V here from PhoneArena. Right now you're watching our in-depth video comparison between the original HTC One with the Sense 5 user interface and the recently available HTC One Google Play Edition, which features the stock Android Jelly Bean experience. Well, it's safe to say that these two are twins when it comes to their designs. Nothing different between the Google Play Edition and the Sense 5 packing one. They have the same characteristic designs that we love. Solidly built aluminum casing with those chamfered beveled edges, which makes it a hallmark looking device. And they both have just a really nice high quality finish to them. Actually, the displays on both handsets get a lot of attention just because they're really large and also have high resolutions. And honestly, the quality is nothing different between them. 4.7 inches in size, 1080p resolution, so that's 1920 by 1080 pixels. And of course, you'll also have that Super LCD 3 panel in place on both. So with the LCD 3 panel, you get a really nice color reproduction, not overly saturated, just in that neutral position. On top of that, the viewing angles are pretty stellar. Outdoor visibility might be still a little bit tough just because the brightness is not the strongest out there, but when it comes to raw details, the displays on both of these are just fantastic. They're crisp and you can make out a lot of stuff on screen. So if you weren't clear as to what the big difference is between the two handsets, you notice it right away as soon as you turn them on. So on the left we have the Google Play Edition of the HTC One, and naturally you get the stock Android experience, a pure Google experience. So it's Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean, and people will like it just because it's basically an untouched, unskinned version of Android. And the great thing about it is that it's going to get updates significantly faster than its Sense 5 packing sibling. Now, of course, the original HTC One features the Sense 5 UI, and if you're more into social networking, you'll really appreciate what HTC has done. They did a great job with the UI. It's still very functional. It might not receive updates as fast as say the Google Play Edition, but nevertheless, you get the HTC Blink feed, which is great. From the home screen, you get a lot of information, a lot of social networking content, and they've also cleaned up the UI, so it's a little bit different looking. We're not going to go into detail with every aspect of both devices and what the difference is, but you notice it right away with the core set of organizer apps. It's just the visual presentation that's different. They both have their own unique looks, so it just depends on which one you prefer. But when it comes to their functionality, pretty much identical. You saw that there with the calendar. Another thing worth noting with the Sense 5 version of the HTC One is that you gain access to its IR blaster, and you can actually use it to control, a television set if you want. You could program it for different things, whereas with the Google Play Edition HTC One, even though it features the IR blaster, it's not something that's supported by the platform, and it's unknown whether or not future updates will actually allow it to be enabled. It's almost negligible, honestly, but there's just a slight performance advantage to the Google Play Edition of the HTC One. You're not going to notice it too much, only at the home screen. That's just because with the Sense 5 packing one, HTC Blink feed is a little bit more intensive than the stock UI look of the Google Play Edition of the HTC One. They're both powered by the same processor, a quad-core 1.7 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon 600 processor with 2 GB of RAM. Another basic task when it comes to opening up applications or even things like having live wallpapers, they don't really get tested that much. Notifications pop up in the notifications panel, obviously, but the thing we like about the Google Play Edition, the stock experience, is that you tap the button on the top right there and you gain access to some quick connectivity features. So you have you can adjust the brightness, turn off the Wi-Fi, and even Bluetooth. But with the Sense 5 packing one, you actually got to click settings and go through all the listing. Surfing the web's never a problem thanks primarily to their beefy processors, gorgeous displays, and 4G LTE connectivity. So the performances are really exceptional. You have instant page rendering, fast page loads, smooth kinetic scrolling, and pinch zooming. Everything you like, it's right there. Now with the Google Play Edition, the HTC One, it's worth noting that it supports both AT&T and T-Mobile, but it lacks the radio to support T-Mobile's HSPA Plus network. Well, this is hardly a shocker just because the two handsets feature the same front-firing speakers. You have two of them, top and bottom. Google Play Music application versus Google Play Music app versus the Sense Music Player. They both have pretty much the same presentation, and the audio quality is identical too. Very crisp, loud, and powerful. You think that the video watching experience is going to be identical, and for the most part it is. They don't have any problems playing high definition videos, just because with their beefy processors and their gorgeous looking displays, it's just wonderful. But it's the Sense 5 version that has a little bit more codec support. It also supports XVID videos, which the Google Play Edition lacks. And on top of that, you can also take screenshots at any time by pressing the button on the right side. With HTC's fancy termed ultra pixel camera, both handsets deliver the same quality photos, and they really excel with low lighting conditions just because they're able to brighten up shots significantly more versus other handsets. But between the two, the qualities are identical when it comes to fine details, color reproduction, and exposure. It's pretty much unchanged here. It's barely noticeable which one's better. They're going to be good enough for 4x6 shots, but anything bigger than that, it's not particularly going to produce the best results. At the same time, we could say the same thing about their 1080p video recording quality, pretty much identical to one another. The biggest thing is just kind of lacking with fine details, but besides that, it still produces very pleasant looking videos. Both handsets are able to shoot video smoothly, very minimal artifacting, and the exposure is gradual, so overall, it's quite pleasant. Call quality is fantastic on both handsets just because voices are distinctive, clear, and pretty much noise-free. Earpieces are very strong at the volume output, and we can't deny that their speakerphone quality is on the same level just because of its strong output as well. Some people might believe that the Google Play Edition of the HTC One would get better battery life than its Sense 5 packing version, but quite honestly, they're pretty much identical, even despite the fact that Sense 5 might be a little bit more graphically intensive than stock Android. We're able to get by at least a solid day out of both handsets. As you've seen, both handsets are pretty much identical with their performances, whether it's the call quality, the camera taking capabilities, even battery life, pretty much the same on both handsets. Same exact design too, so it's ultimately going to boil down to which experience is going to be preferable to you, whether or not you prefer the stock Android experience of the Google Play Edition or the one with the Sense 5 one. So if you're more into social networking, we recommend the Sense 5 version of the HTC One, just because it pretty much adheres to that area, whereas with the Google Play Edition, you know, it's going to get updates significantly faster than its Sense 5 packing version. But the other thing you want to think about is just cost. The Google Play Edition you can only pick up outright, and it's $600, and most people would probably be scared away by that thought. Whereas with the Sense 5 one, you could actually get through AT&T for $200, so you save more money. But then again, you're in a contract with that. So at the end of the day, it's going to be the experience of whether or not how much money you want to dish out. So if you'd like to learn more about either handsets, guys, you could check out our website, PhoneArena.com. It's John V. Thanks for watching.